Mrs.Bhagwandeen here. I'm going to read you a season's readings book. This book is called A Bad Kitty's Christmas by Nick Bruel. If you know anything about Bad Kitty, you'd really enjoy this book. So, 'twas the night before Christmas, and all through the city not a creature was stirring. Blam! Crash! Kaboom! Except for Bad Kitty. So it's a Bad Kitty Christmas? Duh! There's Bad Kitty. I wonder what he did to be called Bad Kitty. How did she get here, you may ask yourself? It's a very long story. I'll tell it myself, so sit back and relax. First thing this morning, I woke to a clatter. I ran down the stairs and asked, "What's the matter?" That's when I found Kitty in the midst of her caper. She had torn through the gifts that were all covered in paper. The angel was ambushed, the books were bumped, the cards were all crushed, and the drums were all dumped. The eggnog was ended, the fruitcake was flung, the gifts were all gutted, the holly unhung. Holly is this thing right here. She just unhung it. The icicles injured, the jingle bells jumped. Kris Kringle was kicked, bloop, bloop, bloop. The lights were all lumped, all tangled. The manger was mauled, the nutcracker nailed, like nailed with nails. The ornament ousted, the poinsettia peeled. That's that flower right there. The quiet was quashed, the ribbons ripped up, the star was sent swirling, the tree was tripped up. Bad Kitty. The unicorn was uglied. Means she drew all over the unicorn's face. Vixen was vexed. The wreath looked just wretched. The xylophone axed. That's the xylophone right there. Our Yuletide looked yucky. My zeal had been zapped. And when I found Kitty in the shreds where she napped. Oh, Kitty, bad Kitty. I'm filled with distress. You've ruined our Christmas. Just look at this mess. All of these presents, these were for you. Why did you do it? And Kitty said, meow. Though there were presents and bundles and boxes galore, Kitty was angry. She wanted more. She wanted, so what did Kitty wanted? An ape and a bear and a corn dish, a duck and an eagle baked with a fish. Ugh. A gecko, a horse, an ibis, a jackal, a kiwi and a lion in a soup with a mackerel. That's a type of fish. A narwhal and an owl, and a penguin on rye, which is a type of bread. A cruzel, a rabbit, and a seahorse in a pie. A toad and an urchin, a vole and a whale. A exerce and yak filled with zebra's tail. Here's the whale. Here's the yak and the zebra tail. That does it. I've had it. Just look at this place. I don't care if you're mad, Kitty. You're a disgrace. I've never known someone so selfish and greedy. 'Tis the season, you know, to give to the needy. I'd better start cleaning. What will you do? Do you feel like helping? And Kitty said, meow. So now they're on their way to somewhere. She was still miffed with her pack up when we packed up to go on an afternoon trip in the Christmas Eve snow. As we left for the city to see Uncle Murray, the window was open and she left in a hurry. So she jumped out the window. "Oh, Kitty, dear Kitty, don't go. You must stay," we shouted and cried as she ran away. But still she abandoned us right there and then. We thought we'd never see Kitty again. But if you look down here closely, it says, "Oh no, not Puppy too. Come back, come back." Puppy ran away too? Now, 'twas the night before Christmas, and out on the street, I saw a little black cat with little wet feet. She sat in an alley, a path dark and scary. She didn't look jolly. She didn't look merry. She looked so alone as she sat there and pondered, as if she was lost and unsure where she'd wandered. And then she began to meow and to bellow. She cried for a while until I said, "Meow, meow, meow, meow," until I said, "Hello. What do we have here? A little black cat? Do you have a home? Let's look into that." Here's a little puppy, still trying to find Kitty. So there's an old lady now found bad Kitty. So what does she do? There, little cat. It'll be all right," she took out. "You shouldn't be out on a cold wintry night. I'll take you upstairs to dry off your fur. Would you like some food?" And the kitty said, "Purr." Now, my home is a bit empty. Why, it's particularly bare, but I still have a little, and I'm happy to share. That's her home, her bed, her little stand with her tree, her fridge, her sink. I grabbed a clean towel to dry off her back and sat down a plate with a small tasty snack. And meanwhile at the bottom here, teeny tiny, is little puppy. Little puppy is still looking for bad kitty. "Do you like this old tree, the one on the shelf?" said the lady. "Do you know I adorned it all by myself? You won't see any tinsel, not even one light. It only has photos. They're all black and white. Come sit with me, cat, and let me show you all the folks in my life and the people I knew." Oh, she's a little lonely. And then she has pictures as ornaments on her tree. Here's Aunt Agnes with my brother Bobby, with dear cousin Clancy and his daughter Dottie. That's Edgar, the elder, with my father Frank, next to grandmother Gail and her husband Hank. If you look on a page, at the bottom of every page, you will see little puppy still looking for that kitty. These are my in-laws, Ike and Ilona, with their two juveniles, John and Joanna. They each had a kid, Kendra and Ken, and the lineage goes on with Landra and Len. Here's my mother, Marge, with her lovely niece, Nan, with her offspring, Oscar, and her partner, Pam. That's Quinn in the quilt, a family heirloom. He's related to Robert, who hails from Khartoum. That's my sister Sophie and her twin, Tina and Todd, with dear Uncle Upton, who has a nose that was just odd. That's Vashta, my Vren, or friend, in Africa's cunt. She's Walter's wife, and he is my son. There's the puppy right there. This last one's my favorite. It's the whole silly gang. Wow. At a Christmas reunion where we laughed and we sang. We met in New York near the end of December. I wrote on the picture so I'll always remember. On here it says, Xmas 1962. We're spending our Yule at the Central Park Zoo. That's our whole family, and that's the last time they were together. This cat looks entranced while I patted her fur as she stared at each picture there before her. You should know, cat, that I'm still quite content with only this tree that looks slightly bent. I may not have jewels or a car and a yacht, but I still have my memories, and that's quite a lot. So she's telling Kitty that she doesn't need all of those things. She just needs some special memories that she makes with her family. It's kind of like a little lesson you could learn. Where is Puppy? Still looking, and there's the steps. He's going up. Little cat, this is what Christmas should be. It's not about stuff from a big spending spree. So it's not about getting stuff. It's not about presents all over the place. It's not about food and stuff in your face. Like Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and Eid, you see, Christmas is all about, what do you think? Family. Here's where the heart is. Oh, home's where the heart is. That's what they say. So I'll bet your poor heart feels miles away. That's Alexander in the background in his room. Don't fret, little cat. Don't fret, little cat. Wipe off your tear. If we can't find your home, then you can stay here. So she's going to find him his home, or help him find him his home. Because home is where the heart is. But I could tell she was homesick. She wanted more. And that's when I heard a scratch at the door. Bless you. Who do you think was scratching at the door? It was Puppy. There's Puppy. There's someone to see you, you lucky black cat. I think he knows where your home is at. Like a furry black flash, she flew out the door. She was moving so fast she did not touch the floor. So she leaped out of the old lady's hand. So I guess you'll be leaving, I said with a sigh. I'm so glad I met you. Tell your folks I said hi. So now, 'twas the night before Christmas. We were filled with regrets as we sat in our seats missing our pets. So here's the family's point of view. Now that kitties jumped out of their car. So they sat with regrets and they sat in their seats missing their pets. The house seemed so empty without them around. I hope they were both safe and sound. Oh no. Then onto the door there rose such a knock. I sprung from the chair from a sudden shock. when what to my wondering eyes should appear but Kitty and Puppy and a lady most dear. So they took her too. They're home! They're home! They're home! Christmas is saved! Welcome home, Kitty. I hope you behaved. And thank you, dear lady, for bringing them back. I hope you'll stay for a late Christmas snack. Oh, that was very nice. They invited her in and gave her a Christmas snack. And she did. Don't you know? In fact, she moved in. Some friends are like family, and she became kin. Kin is another word for family. Up there in her photo, as high on the tree, wrapped snug in the branches for all to see. So they put her on their tree. So Kitty is home now. I think she'll stay. I think that she'll stay. She's gone up to bed to end this long day. The story is over now that everything's right. Merry Christmas to all. And to all a good night. If you look really closely, Puppy gave Kitty a sloppy kiss. And that was the end of a bad kitty Christmas. So I hope you learned a little lesson, because Christmas is all about family. Okay? There goes Alexander with my book. That's my Alexander. All right? So, I wish everybody a Merry Christmas.